we're taking a first look at UAD's LUNA recording system, now available in open beta for the Windows platform. All right, let me state this at the beginning here, and I'll repeat it often. This is in beta. So in the alpha stage of software development, this is where companies are putting in all of the features. In beta stage, it typically means that all of the features have been added. Now all of the bugs need to be worked out. So expect crashes if you decide to download this. If you are not into helping a company fix things, fix bugs, find issues, wait for the actual release, then download the software. So we have Luna, and then we have the Luna Pro bundle. Luna itself as a DAW is free. So if you look on the UAD page for Luna, you'll see the two options here. So the free comes with the Oxide tape extension, which you get a tape machine as the sound in the DAW. You get Shape instrument that is about 9 gigs worth of high quality instruments, not just thrown together stuff. There's things in there from the likes of Spitfire. There are things in there from the likes of Orange Tree samples and various other curated instruments. The arpeggiator is a bonus, and that's pretty much it. You do get a 30-day trial of the Pro bundle and a 30-day trial of the Neve summing extension. If you rely on your own plugins and would like a different workflow, try it out. It does not and no longer requires, whether you're on Mac or Windows, UAD hardware. Now, if you want more out of Luna with its original intention, then the Pro bundle is where it's at. What this essentially gives you, the lower bottom half here, starting with the Century Tube channel strip. This is the UAD's essential pack, right? All of this except for the tape down here. I purchased this pack. It was like 50 bucks. You get a channel strip, echo, the tape insert, a synthesizer, passive EQ, reverb, and LA2A compression. If you just want to get this stuff, get that. So you get the ATR Ampex master tape. This only goes on buses, including the master bus. And you get the Luna extension. Now, the "and" here means that you get the plug-in version of the master tape machine, and you get the Luna extension. However, the master tape machine is not available as a native plugin. It's only available as a DSP plugin. So if you have any UAD DSP products, then you'll get that plugin for that product. The API 2500 bus compressor, you will get that as a native plugin that you can use in another DAW. You don't have to use it in Luna, which is the plus of even getting this. Plus you get the extension. So the extension is built into the underlying programming of the software. You also get the API preamp, which is only available if you have an Apollo. The summing is only available as an extension. You do get the API Vision channel strip as a DSP plugin, a native plugin, and a Luna extension. And then finally, you do get the Studer A800 tape recorder as a native plugin to use in any DAW, DSP plugin, and a Luna extension. So you get some benefits that are outside of Luna if you buy the Pro bundle, right? With that being said, what this essentially is you're purchasing a API console with fundamental essentials for mixing and recording. Let's take a look at Luna. So when you first pull up Luna, you are greeted with this screen here. As you can see, I've been doing a few demo testings and all kind of stuff here myself. This is where you create a new track, or you can start from a template, AAF importing is also possible. So if your DAW has the ability to export an AAF, you can import it into Luna that way. Set your tempo, your time signature, you can even tap it in, the location for where you want the session to be saved. And then down here, you can also open up stuff from disk, and then anything you have selected here, you can open from here. This is, you know, they're giving you some tutorials and whatnot, some extra stuff to learn about Luna, the manual. And then this is where I had downloaded some of the demo sessions here. The only problem with the demo sessions is they use a lot of plugins that are not included with Luna. Now, I do want to point out, if you are brave enough to dive deep into helping with finding and reporting bugs, you have this feedback button up here. You click on that feedback button, and whether it's a bug or you're something that you would like to request to be added to the platform, or you're giving feedback, fill this information out, right? And hit send once you're done. That's how we're reporting these bugs to UAD. And the more people that jump in and help out, the better. Again, it's free. What do you lose, right? The Discover page, this is where it goes to the store page, and you can essentially purchase more stuff. I get it. They're a business. It is what it is. This also shows you some of the sessions that you can download and demo, right? And the plugins, the instruments, the extensions, all of that stuff that's a part of your UAD account. Clicking on the manage, this will actually open up the program that you need to get a hold of Luna. That is the UAD Connect program. So this is where you manage your plugins on your PC, right? And you'll find that the Luna tab here has it where you can go in and download all of those things that you have. Settings is where the basic settings for your sound card, your MIDI, some of the extras that you can change in here. So you select your Agio driver here. Now the IO settings as of this video is not populated with anything yet. They're still working on that portion. The options is where you have a few things that you can change. All right. And I'll leave it up to you to go in here and dig through all of that. This is where you select your MIDI port. And then if you have a control surface, that's where you select that in this screen here. That's all there is for the settings, right? We'll go back to the create screen. At the top is your usual things that you navigate around the actual program with. We won't even touch any of this stuff at this moment. What I want to do is, now that I've had a chance to kick the tires a little bit, I really just want to pull this up with the last record that we've been working on, because I'm trying to finish that one for the EP. So I am going to do that. COS. It is 70 beats per minute. And I'm going to do one other thing before I do anything else. And the reason is because this is in open beta, there is still some issues. So I'm going to click back once it gives me the opportunity, because thus far the audio works fine. The buffer situation was fixed because I couldn't do anything less than 1024. But the last couple of times that I loaded up Luna, even though everything was showing and ready to go, it would not play until I changed the audio driver, right, from one back to what I normally use. And right now it's kind of sitting and thinking. All right, so now that we have that, I'm going to click create. It's going to create a new session. It's a blank session. All right, and I'm going to actually import the tracks. All right, now don't come at me too hard. I did not name everything in here, as it is still a work in progress, but everything imported without a hiccup. This is the timeline display for Luna. I'm going to point out the different areas. There are essentially 5 different areas here. The transport bar, it looks a little bit like Pro Tools, right? So that should be kind of comfortable for some people. That's always up here. To the right side, this is the monitor section. You can adjust the volume of the monitoring output. And again, just monitor. This is not your master output. This is your control room. This is handy because we have the ability to turn off all of the effects, whether we're talking about the extensions or any plugins that you have loaded in their inserts, or all of the processing at once. You can mute it and then you can adjust the monitoring. At the bottom is an info panel. So this, I believe, to be the processing load, buffer size, sample rate, and the type of audio device you have selected. If you click here, you'll see it says Apollo. So in Windows, you have Agio and then you have Apollo. The focus here is a separate area as well, and I'll show you what I mean. So at the top, we have the ability to switch between the timeline display and the mixer display. This here is how you can take off these extra sections. So if you just want to see this by itself, you can do that. On this left side here, this is the track view. So this is kind of where you do some of the management and the addition and just all kind of little things that you can do over here that we'll eventually get to. And then of course the middle is your typical timeline display, right? This is where all of your tracks are involved. So that's everything, right? From top to bottom, left to right. Okay, so at the very top, we do have a couple of views. We have the timeline display, that's what's highlighted, and then you have the mixer view. Now, just touching over the transport bar, we have BPM, you have metronome information here, you have the counter display, and both of these have different options when you click on the little triangle here, your typical transport buttons. This is the range selection that you have, and then you have various options over here to do things. So this disables anything that is in record arm. This disables anything that has the input monitoring on. The overload light, this is where you clear all of that. You can do a global solo bypass, right? Where you turn all those solos off and all of the mutes as well. This is a redundant option that is here that is the same as the monitor down here. You can mute from here and you can change the volume just like you see down below. These four here are different workflows, so it gives you various options. This one here is for the recording workflow. This one is for the MIDI workflow. And you can use your typing keyboard. If you click this button, it gives you the option to play from the keyboard if you so wish to use that. Then you have the editing workflow, right? Various things to do editing with. And then you have the mixing workflow, right? And if you click it after it's lit, it turns it off. Mixer, this is where the magic happens, right? So by default, when you import a track, it automatically adds tape. Now, if you're using the free version and you don't have the pro bundle, you will not see this tape pop up. You will see this tape instead. This will be what pops up. This will be on every track if you have the free version. And that is the end of what it will add. There's no summing options in the free version. And that's essentially what you get is tape across the entire mixer, right? If you have the pro bundle like I have here, or even if you're demoing the pro bundle, it will come up with the Studer tape instead. So keep that in mind, right? For the console, if you have the pro bundle or the demo, and I do suggest demoing, then you get an API console already laid out on your tracks. So that's what separates this from other DAWs, is that it's essentially already laid out as a console color. And this is the only console color that you can get at the moment for Luna. So that's that. Of course, you can add third-party plugins. All right, so let me go to inserts. All right, now if you click here, any of your third-party plugins that you have on your computer, and I have way too many, they can be loaded in the inserts. You get a total of 8 inserts. Of course, it's going to take up one of those inserts for the console. You get a total of 8 sends as well. And of course, you can assign different outputs to different tracks, including assigning stuff to buses. This here, we go now to this while we're in the mixer screen. It works the same way as in display. The only difference is the navigation is in place where we had focus on the track display, right? And that is essentially navigating around console, right? So if you had all of these open for whatever reason, then this allows you to navigate through the various sections. That's all that really is. You can actually turn things off if you don't need the inputs and you just want the tape and the console, or if you just want the console by itself. Even without the inserts, the sends, and the outputs, you can get the console by itself, right? And you can also bring this down, and that allows you to not have to do any scrolling, and you just have everything as a full-on console here. And then with the API Vision channel strip, you have three sections. You have the input that deals with the preamp, its various options, and the filters, right? So you have a high pass and low pass filter. On the dynamics, you get gate/expansion, which me personally, I always use expansion, and you get compression and limiting. And then the EQ section, you have a 560 EQ from API, or my favorite, I love this EQ because there's a sheet. If I can ever find it again on the internet, there is a sheet that correlates each one of these frequencies to a description, but you get those two types of EQ, right? Again, this does not come with the free version. You do get 30 days to mess with it and decide on whether it is for you. It's fully running. There's no restrictions to it. So you have 30 days to make some music with it. And if you can't live without it after those 30 days, that's up to you to get it, right? But this is essentially what makes this different than other DAWs, is that it is an API console at heart once you put an investment in it, right? So we'll leave it at that. So I want to test out what we got here. Now, this is the same track that we did with the last video, and I want to see what it does, give you an idea of how it works. So I'm going to shut up at this point. How I usually do, I'll do a little bit of chit chat from here and there where I feel needed, and we're going to mess with this thing, man. Yes. Yes. I haven't gotten to this point yet with the software. I'm hearing my expectations. That cohesiveness here. This is dry. All right, I'm gonna shut up. Let me get back to work. Oh my. Oh my. I'm going to have fun with this. I am for sure going to have fun with this. All right. So I think I got some pretty decent tape dialed in there. Let me put the music in here. There's only two instruments really, with some synth stuff thrown in there. Let me get my loop together here, because that's going to drive me nuts if I don't. Buggy. Oh, that's Buggy right there. Okay. Wait a minute now. I can dig it. I can dig it. Yes, of course, that makes sense. I'm figuring it out, folks. Now, if you hold down the Alt button, you can modify by the mouse wheel, and you can get finer control with Shift and Alt and the mouse wheel. I did figure that out. I like the fact that the outer edge does not interact with Windows at all. Nothing resembles Windows, and it feels like its own system. There it is. All right. Let me adjust these. Okay. Uh-oh. Be careful. All right, I need to adjust this. Okay. Drum bus. That's headroom. That is amazing. Now, I'm looking at this. I am hitting this entirely too hard. But I'm going to ignore that right now. Right now, it's all about getting a good sound. I am curious. I don't see it from the aspect of my audio interface, so I'm not hitting the converter. So that's good. But this is how you can control the headroom in the plugin. Right? So it's almost that SOA, safe operating area. And really what I want is here. Well, that equates to what we had before, doesn't it? So let's just bring it back. All right. I want a little smack for the drum bus. Let's try this one. I'm curious. Let's just solo that on out. Interesting. Okay. That little smack. Wow. You read my mind there. Now this is doing some parallel compression just from this. So let's take that into consideration. Get this to sound pumpy like I want it. Bring this back some. And then we'll dial it in. And again, this is a preliminary run, so I'm not going to try to be perfect with it. I like that. You can hear it and feel it. Okay, what else we got? I like this better. Let's stick with that. Really hearing that? Now, I have one gripe about the console strips here. They don't have an output adjustment attached to them, which in my opinion is not good, because this is going to follow another plugin. If it's now been removed from the gain stage process, it just makes things a little harder. Like at least a little gain or output. And I get it. I read somewhere in the forum that it's designed to be like the console. So it should really be about here. But I digress. I don't know if that sounds good to you guys or not, but in these headphones, my God. Okay.
I saw.
All right, let's see what we got here.
The wind blow, the motion of the trees that fiddle the little memories for all of what we know. It could be.
Before I even get to that, let me turn the tape stuff on. Ooh, I love that sound right there. All right, I am going to bypass those. I will put it on the all music bus though. I wish I could change this, but I can't. In fact, let's do it like this. I want to get it to operate like it should. There's a bypass button. a way to increase the volume on it. And I really shouldn't be trying to because it's already at its max, yeah? I didn't even realize I did this. That's strange. Oh, that comes from the preset. I get it now. Okay. Now, I know it's a little saturated, but I'm gonna stick with what I got here. Okay. And I'm gonna swap this out. Well, that's the music bus. The all music bus. I don't want anything on here right now. Maybe some additional tape, but we already have lots of color here, so. Yeah, we're gonna bypass that for all music, but I don't want to tape it to hell. At the power button right here on the thing. I want this to move very little. All right, I can say so far this thing is just freaking gelling, man. Ooh wee. All right, let me get a little something going on the background vocals real quick.
I saw the wind blow, the motion of the trees that the little memories.
Oh, y'all hearing raw. Lovely. Then I saw the time go, the withering of the leaves, the bitterness so what I want to do now, very quickly, let's start with let's turn the console off. And I want to get some type of vocal thing going here. Uh-oh. Now that felt like I did everything. And that should not have been the case. What do I have here? Background vocals. You know what? Let me check something. I don't have anything selected down here, do I? No. Okay. I'm a little worried because we were only supposed to be doing those background parts. Okay, that's a problem. That seems like a bug. I changed I'm here. I don't know why it's modifying the drum bus. It should not be. Oh yeah, that's an issue. Wait, what? Wait, hold up now. Some weird stuff going on right now.
The withering of the leaves, the bitterness of the season weaving.
Unless I'm gonna save a new version of this. Oh, I know why I lost it. Done deal now. Though it still seems a little strange that happened. I think it's because I undid all of that, trying to undo what it did to my drums, even though I'm modifying the background vocal. So I lost the group that I had for these guys. Yep, that's exactly what happened here. So once I undid that, it took that lovely, and then the background extra that I created, it took that out. So I don't know why, for whatever reason, I open up this tape. And it's doing everything. That's not making any sense to me. And that's the guitar track or the lead track, so I would say user error, but that does not appear to be what that is. It seems to be universal. Maybe that's how it works. Okay, I think that is how it works. When you open up this machine, this is the one machine. And interesting. So this is an overall machine. It's one instance with multi-tracks. Interesting. And it's only the saturation that is different. Okay. That would explain then what this is. Okay. 4 tape machines. If I wanted a tape machine here, I would select Studer. That changes. Okay. I get it. User error. So I was wondering what this extra thing here was, right? If I go here and remove this, I kept wondering, what is this? Why is there 4 different things here? And what this is you have a total of 4 tape machines. And when you modify the machine setting, which is what this is doing, that is that machine. So whatever that machine is assigned to on whatever tracks, that changing it over here will change everything everywhere. Okay, lesson learned. It's one of those things I'll experiment with on the back end. All right, so far with the few little issues that I am having, being contact or some of the virtual instruments, and then the little quibble about when you first load up the program. Those are the only 2 things so far that I have bug-wise some issues with, and one of those has already been reported numerous times. The other thing is that next episode, we'll see what happens. I'm going to jump back into the mix. I'm going to dabble with this thing for the next week or so. I don't know. I still have the deep dive for the second to last product that I did, but the deep dive may be through Luna if we can get it right. Outside of that,